Good morning, Nottingham. It's day 3. I'm Mark Hoyle, aka LadBaby, sitting in for Mark Dennison all week. And look who's here again.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roxanne, his wife.
Yeah, I've got Rox here again for today, so you can look forward to more.
Fun. More fun.
Right.
Generally.
Okay. More fun. This is the 9 at 9. If you want to get in touch and can guess the year, the number is 0800 678 3434 or text your answer to 8881333, starting with the word knots.
The song coming up now is a tune. Genesis. I Can't Dance.
She can't.
I can. That song was Genesis, I Can't Dance, and I actually can. So Mark just said I can't dance.
I've just filmed Rox not being able to dance, so you can all judge later on social media.
My dancing does very well online, thank you. Anyway, the clues.
Does anyone know that year yet? We have some clues. Do you want to kick off the clues, Rox?
I do. Right, the first clue. Buckingham Palace announced that the Duke and Duchess of York were to separate after 6 years of marriage. And the Conservatives win the general election and the Labour leader, Neil Kinnock, resigns.
I've got 2 more clues for you. Betty Boothroyd becomes the first woman to be elected as Speaker of the House of Commons, and Queen were back in the charts with this.
These are the days of our lives. That was Queen. These are the days of our lives. I love that song.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham. You are listening to me, LadBaby, and my wife, Roxanne, and this is 9 at 9. Thank you for everyone that's been messaging in. We've had loads again, Rox, already. This is amazing. Let's read some out. Good morning, Mark and Rox. You are smashing it this week. 3 hours isn't enough.
Oh,
I couldn't agree more. You need your own radio show. That's Emma in North Wales. Emma, thank you very much. We need to keep these coming in because, we need Nottingham to give us this full time. Sue in Kirkby, you unfortunately have said the wrong answer to the year.
Sorry, Sue.
Also, Robert in Woodthorpe has also given us the wrong year, along with Deb Harvey.
But it's only the beginning, Mark. I don't think you should, keep going, people. It's all about pushing forward and getting it right.
Well, Steve in Kirkby, he smashed it. He's got it right.
Well done, Steve.
That's what we like to see.
Good job.
It's going well. But we have some more clues for you, Rox.
Yeah, so I've got some headlines from this year. John Smith is elected leader of the Labour Party. Graham Norton made his debut at the Edinburgh Film Festival. Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And the Royal Mint introduced a new 10p coin, which is lighter and smaller than the previous coin.
Wow. There we
Facts. Go. They're just all facts.
If you haven't got it from the coin clue, I mean, that'd get it for me straight away.
I believe in you people. The coin clue gave it away for me, Mark.
Right, next song. Curtis Steiger's I Wonder Why. That was Curtis Steiger's I Wonder Why on BBC Radio Nottingham.
Tune.
This is 9 in 9. Has anyone got it yet?
Oh, I don't know. Are people texting in?
There is. I tell you who has texted in. Felix in Geneva. He was the guy that rang us yesterday and got it wrong. But today, he's got it right. He's on it today.
Well done.
Felix,
I've got some more clues.
well done.
I've got some sport in this year. So Pakistan beat England by 22 runs in the Cricket World Cup. Phil, the power Taylor, won his second World Darts title.
Nice.
Legend. And Nick Faldo won the British Open.
Well,
and I think this is your favourite bit now,
This is my favourite bit. I love doing this. Some adverts from this mystery year. Now, listen to this, right? How about this for a sensual way to relieve a sore throat?
Having a sore throat used to be a real pain in the neck. But now I have it kissed better with these new Fruity Hall soothers. Just allow one to dissolve slowly in your mouth. First, the smooth eucalyptus gets to work before the gentle kiss of the real fruit liquid centre. Have your sore throat kissed better with new Hall Soothers. I can't wait to try the cherry flavour.
I think we all need a bit of cherry flavour, don't we? There you go. Well, imagine an
wow.
ad now like that. I mean, that would go
didn't know
viral, as they say.
I didn't know you could get that sort of stuff on morning radio.
Those were the days. They were the days, weren't they, when a cherry whole soother sorted you right out. Right.
Also, I'll remember this from this year. How about this ad?
Stay calm. Concentrate on the screen. Street Fighter 2 is on Super Nintendo. From the arcades, the ultimate combat game. Super Nintendo with Street Fighter 2. It's unbeatable.
Oh,
It is unbeatable.
Nintendo.
Yes.
I mean, if you didn't have a Nintendo, I think that's how I spent most of my childhood, with a Game Boy, just loving life.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Right, the next song is Wet, 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 Good Night Girl. That was Shanice, I Love Your Smile. Great song, that one. I love that.
Do you love my smile?
Yes.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You've
Thank you
always
so
had a
much.
good smile.
Thank you also to all the people that are messaging in. There is now lots of people getting it right. Gil in Stapleford, you have it right. Tom in Carlton has it right. Michelle in Bulwell has it right. And Sue in Kirkby on her second attempt also has it right.
Well done, people.
Amazing.
I mean, it was the Shanice and Wet, 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 I reckon, that took it to a new level, or definitely the whole service. The next song that we've got is Simply Red, For Your Babies.
Yes. That was Simply Red, For Your Babies. Like that song, Rox?
Yes, I do. It makes me think of my babies. Right, new on the telly. This is a bit of a clue. More clues coming for you. So, new on the telly this year were short-lived soap opera El Dorado, Later with Jules Holland, and no other than Absolutely Fabulous.
But not only that, Rox, do you know this tune?
Yes.
Oh my God, I feel pumped.
Whoa.
I feel pumped just listening to it. What was that TV show?
I've got goosebumps. Oh,
Everyone
I can't even
has
talk
to know
about
what
it
that
'cause I'm
is.
going to give it away.
They have to know. If you do know, come on, that's probably giving it away to everybody. Get
Best
in
show
touch.
ever.
0800 678 3434 or text in 81333 starting with the word NOS.
The song now is I'm doing fine now. Pasadena's. That's it. I got it. That was Pasadena's. I'm doing fine now. I'm doing fine now.
She is doing fine now. We struggled with the name, but we got there.
Yeah, well.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham. I'm standing in all week for Mark Dennison. I am, of course, Mark Coyle, LadBaby with...
Rox. Hello. I'm
And
fine.
unfortunately so.
Oh,
We heard before that song this epic tune from a TV show. It was, of course, Gladiators. Oh!
I mean, the Gladiators. Can we just quickly talk a little bit
Let's say
about...
who got it right. Sue in Kirkby, you got it right.
She got it right.
As well as Joe, who's one of our big Turbo fans. They also got it right. So well done to you guys.
Gladiators. Can we just talk about Jet? right, I had a poster of Jet. She was like, I fangirled on Jet.
I had a
back in the
poster of
day.
Jet as well.
I don't know anyone who did it. And do you know, Hunter used to walk his dog past my house every day. And I used to be like, it's Hunter. But he never wore his leotard.
Right, I'm
Gutted I
literally
was.
passing you a photo now. This is me with Cobra.
Mark's showing me a picture of him with Cobra. I mean,
had a
that is
photo
a leotard and a half.
with Cobra at Alton Towers.
Let's give a special mention to Wolf, because he was the baddie.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
Travelator. I mean, I'd pay money to see Mark on a Travelator. Bring gladiators back is what I'm saying.
If you want to take part in the intro to Gladiators on a Travelator, Asda West Bridgeford has one. So I don't know that they'd be up for it.
It's
but
not
just,
safe. Don't listen to Mark.
just go down to Asda West Bridgeford and try that.
You're terrible.
Right, what's the next song, Rox?
The next song is Shakespeare's Sister, Stay.
That was Shakespeare Sisters' Stay.
That was number one
Yeah.
in the mystery year, Mark.
That was the big hitter from that year.
That was a belter, wasn't it, That was a belter.
A belter.
Yeah.
I've not heard anyone say that for so long. A belter. Right. We've had loads of people getting it right, and unfortunately a few people getting it wrong.
Let's get it right.
So who have we got? We've got Debbie in Dundee, Scotland. You have it right.
Well done.
I also need to apologise because I called somebody Gil a minute ago and not Jill.
Sorry, Gil. I mean, Jill.
Sorry, Jill.
Sorry, Jill.
Jill.
Yeah.
Jill. I'm sorry, Jill. Thank you for messaging in. We have Big Bry from Carlton. Big Bry.
Big up the Big Bry.
You are right.
Ooh.
We also have Julie in
Northwick.
Northwick. You also have it right. And we have Jessica in Oxford. But what about people getting it wrong?
Who's getting
We
it wrong?
have Janet Murr in Wirral. You have it wrong, but she is a big LadBaby fan, so, thanks for that.
Well done.
Before we reveal this year, I need to hear that ad again.
What ad?
That ad. What was it?
The Hall Soothers.
Was it the
Why
Soothers
does
ad?
that not surprise me?
I need to hear it again.
Having a sore throat used to be a real pain in the neck. But now I have it kissed better.
Oh, yeah.
With these new fruity Hall Soothers. Just allow one to dissolve slowly in your mouth.
Wow.
First, the smooth eucalyptus gets to work before the gentle kiss of the real fruit liquid center. Have your sore throat kissed better with new Hall Soothers.
Right.
Can't wait to try the cherry flavour.
Let's be honest.
And you're
right?
listening to BBC Radio Nottingham.
when you've got a sore throat, there is no way you're going to be doing or making those noises. You've got your PJs on, you've got your hair tied up, and you're just thinking, how can I get through the day?
Every time, honestly, I'm like,
not going to be Hall Soothering, am I?
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
The eucalyptus.
Stop. Read some.
What was the year? Let's tell everyone the year.
Right.
The mystery year, Rox, was...
This is my year, man. I've loved today. The mystery year was 1992.
Hey, well done to everyone that got it right. Of course it was 92.
Oh, I actually can't. Listening to them songs today, it's taken me back, and I've loved it. It's given me a positive start to my day, just hearing all them tunes. All those belters, as I would say, Mark.
Well, all the messages have given me a positive start to the day. What have we got? We've got, welcome back, Roxy.
Thank you.
Glad you're on the show again. No offence, LadBaby, but Roxy is a ray of sunshine.
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle.
Where's
Thanks.
that? Bristol.
I mean, I'm kind of a little bit offended, but...
Babe, it's okay. We're married, so that sort of means you're a little bit of sunshine too. I am loving that. Thank you for the positivity. I think there needs to be more of it. What else is there? There's loads back in you.
There's so many. Who is this? Rachel Evans. Unfortunately, you did get it wrong. You guessed 1991, but you're all the way in Wales at home resting today as you're not feeling very well.
Oh, get well soon.
Get well soon and come back tomorrow and, you might get it right tomorrow. What else have we got here? Yes, mate, from Sonny. Thank you very much, Sonny. You actually got it right.
And Danny. Don't forget Danny there, Mark.
I can't believe it. We're feeling the love today.
Kate's got it right. 1992, Kate has got it right.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to today.
What?
I'm looking forward to our quiz. I can't
Nick
wait
is
for this.
back. Nick is back,
back.
isn't he? And we've got a mystery contender for Nick.
We've got a new contender. If you wasn't here yesterday, my brother-in-law Nick took on the quiz and beat
Janice, wasn't it?
Beat Janice, the reigning champ. Nick is now the reigning champ, and we've lined him up a new contestant today.
Well, let's be honest. I've lined him up a contestant.
Rox.
I'm bringing someone in to take Nick down. This is Mark versus Rox. This is Nick versus Mystery. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Right.
Nick, I hope you're ready, mate.
The next song, Sam Smith, To Die For.
That was Sam Smith, To Die For. You're listening to BBC Radio Nottingham with me, Mark, LadBaby, and
Rox.
what have we got coming up, Rox? Do you want to tell people what we're doing today?
Yeah, we're going to be talking to some great people today. We've got Matt Ford, who's a political comedian. He's got a show called Brexit Pursued by a Bear.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm actually really excited to hear what that is, because that title is glorious. And the legendary David Baddiel.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I am excited.
We're going to be talking trolling with David Baddiel and how he turns his trolling into comedy and how he deals with them. So that could be really good if you're listening and you're dealing with trolls.
We can talk about number ones as well. He's had a number one. We've had a number one.
You're not going to say that to him.
We've actually had two. So
I bet he don't know your number one. I bet he doesn't.
You know what we are. We're also going to be doing a thing talking about changing your job at 30.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't think it's sort of possible to change your job at 30.
I think people think when you get to 30, that's it, you're done. But I'm going to tell you now, it's not. When you turn 30, your life can change. It can be amazing. And you can turn stuff around. Me and Mark are kind of proof of that. So we're going to be chatting about that.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham with Mark Hoyle, LadBaby.
And Rox.
How you doing, Rox?
I'm good. I'm really enjoying today. It's been a nice morning, hasn't it? Tunes after tunes, people messaging in.
Lots of people messaging in. If you want to message us, here is the number, 0800 678 3434, or text in 81333, starting with the word knots. I've had a message, Rox.
Right.
I've had a message from Joe Owens.
Oh, dear. This is one of Mark's friends called Crazy Joe, let's just say. He's crazy. People know him online.
He's said
right
that he's happy with your Nottingham accent is coming on leaps and bounds.
I mean, I'm still full Cockney, aren't I?
we need to convert you. We need to get you saying, what's a cob, Rox?
A roll. A
no,
roll.
It's a cob.
Cob? No. A cob is a roll. Is that bread? Yeah. A up me duck, isn't that
We've
what
still
people
got some
say?
way to go, Joe. We still have coming up as well the yes and no game. My favourite game in the world.
I don't want to play this because it's literally just me getting it wrong.
I'm going to ask Rox 10 questions, easy questions, and she just doesn't have to say yes or no. How hard can it be?
Do you know how much you say yes and no? Until I played this game, most of my links for linking into words.
Do you think you're going to win today?
Yeah, I'm going to really focus. I'm going to focus. People were saying that I sound like Johnny Five from The Robot yesterday, just trying to think about it.
Right.
So my whole voice changed and everything, but I'm gonna focus and go for it today. What other messages have you had in? I can see there's something about an escape room, Mark.
Where can you see that?
Hi
Where are you
guys,
looking?
super show so far. Thank you. It says if you guys are free, can you come in to play the escape game?
Or two.
On the House of Course. What?
Oh, wow, we can go down to an escape game.
This is one of them escape rooms. People always send us these.
I'll even throw in a sausage roll. Right, I'm there.
The problem I have is I just would never escape. Right, it's the next song. It's Del Amitri, Roll to Me Next.
Right.
It's that time, isn't
are
it?
you ready, Rox,
It's
for
that time.
the yes and no game?
It's the quiz of all quiz. Well, it's not a quiz, it's just a kind of yes and no game. But I'm in, I'm focused, I'm going for it. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Let me take a breath. Right, go on.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, well, I mean, you just said yes, but...
Oh.
Are we going to ignore that one? We're going to ignore that one, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Right, okay.
No, restart.
Right. Rox, are you ready?
I am.
Rox, okay. Are you hungry?
I can confirm that.
Would you like to eat a burger?
At this time in the morning? Absolutely.
Do you like tomato juice?
I can't agree with that. It's so hard.
Do you like tomatoes?
I do.
Have you ever had blue hair?
I have not.
Have you ever had a black tooth?
Oh, this is not a thing for me.
Is it snowing?
Not yet.
Can you play the violin?
I used to. But not now.
Do you have dirty hands?
Absolutely not. I've just washed them.
Oh! Is a cucumber red?
It is not.
Oh!
Clap myself. I've done it.
Right, do you want
That
to...
was so hard.
I can't believe how much you struggled.
It's too hard. You're so good at it. You're so good at it. You just go yes, no, yes, no.
Well, it's easy. Do you want to do one for me?
Okay, I'll do one for you. Right. Are you Polish?
Absolutely not.
Do you have a mobile?
Of course.
Is your mobile black?
Mainly.
Are your mobile phones cheap?
Of course they're not.
Yeah, they are. Do you often text your friends?
Not as much as I should.
Is your best friend here?
I wish.
Can you speak German?
No.
Do you
You went so fast, that's why.
That was my strategy. Take him down with time. But I can't breathe. I've won. I've just won that, haven't I?
I've let myself really down.
Oh, you let yourself
I can't
go, mate.
believe
You've
that.
let yourself go. It's Twinny with Type of Girl.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham. You're listening to Mark Hoyle, LadBaby, and
Rocks.
thank you everybody that's still messaging in.
Wow.
We have had one all the way from Peru.
Whoa.
I'm texting in from Lima, Peru.
Beat that.
Beat that. I mean, wow.
Rich Lima.
Thank you very, very... I can't believe it. Someone all the way
So
in
amazing.
Peru.
Look, Laura Fletcher's texting from Ohio, USA, baby.
Oh, loving
USA.
Loving both of you on the radio. Can I get a shout out to my turbo friends? Laura, of course you can. And we've also got Joe saying that he's enjoying this more than the Chris Moyle show that he normally listens to. So fantastic.
Controversial. Right. So I think Mark and I are very kind of lucky, actually. We've got a family and we love doing the job we do. But apparently not everyone's in the same boat, Mark. There's research out today that suggests 7 out of 10 workers are in the wrong job.
Wow.
But many won't bother to change their career because they think they're past it when they reach 30.
You're not past it at 30.
It's
never. Beginning.
So we're here to tell you it's not too late to change, man. It's
not. It's not too late.
Well, that's from us. But also we've got Kirsty Mackey, who's head of life skills at Barclays. Hello, Kirsty. Are you there?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Hello, Kirsty. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, so me and Mark changed our jobs at 30, but I know, why are people getting disillusioned with their jobs that they're in?
Well, I think it can feel really daunting to somebody to make that career change. And what we found really interesting with the research is that around 42% of workers over 55 made that career change when they were 45 or over. And actually, of those career changes, the switch actually made them happier overall. And the majority of them saying it's the best thing they've ever done.
Right.
Why do you think it is 30? Why do you think people get to 30 and then think they're past it?
Well, that's not everybody. So that was actually what the young people said that we interviewed. So the research showed that 18 to 24-year-olds felt that the cut-off age would be making a career change by 30. I think about half of workers thought there was a cut-off age, but it wasn't necessarily 30 for everybody in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, I've changed jobs quite a few times in the sense of become a mum and then I worked. But what advice do you think you give people who are thinking they're too old to change their careers?
Well, firstly, I don't think it's ever too old to change your career. I think it's really important that you pursue a passion. So think about, as we're working longer these days, actually, what do you really enjoy doing? What type of environments do you enjoy working? And breaking it down into little chunks and make use of all the resources that are out there that people can use to help you find a new career or think about working flexibly or starting your own business.
Great. What do you think happens if you do make the change and you think you've then made a big mistake? Do you think it's too late to then go back to what you were doing before?
No, I don't think so, because I think every experience you go through is a learning experience. I always encourage people, if you've made a mistake or you failed at doing something, what did you learn from that? And that can only make you stronger.
Okay, so what if you really hate your job, but you're scared to give it up because you need a steady wage? That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people need a steady wage. Everyone's got mortgages and bills to pay. What would be your advice?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand finances can be a key consideration with making a career change. But if I look to a couple of examples that I've got, so somebody in my team is really interested in flower arranging. So she's starting a side hustle. So she's working here full time, but is also starting a business in flower arranging. Another friend of mine is looking at pizza making at festivals. So still keeping
Amazing.
that, maintaining that secure income, but actually looking for other things they're really passionate about. So at some point can switch over.
I mean, I think that's great advice. I think the side hustle, especially, that's basically how we got to where we are today.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's how we got here. My job before being LadBaby was a graphic designer, and I was doing that for 2 years along with running LadBaby basically at the weekends. And it was terribly hard work trying to, hold down a full-time job as well as, trying to grow a social media presence, and then having children and a normal life to lead, and then watching Forest as well.
Yeah,
it was a lot to juggle.
I mean, I was an art director, and then I actually became a mum, and then I couldn't go back to work because there wasn't the flexible hours and things like that. So Mark was doing the jobs, and we were working together and just kind of trying to build LadBaby together, really. Well, we were just filming our videos, weren't we? But it was so hard at the time, and for a few years we kind of didn't really ever make money. We just had to keep a steady job and just didn't give up.
But I think that's it. When you don't give up, and when you are passionate about something, you do find a way to make it work.
It will always work if you don't give up, is my opinion.
Yeah, and that's, we're fortunate now, we're in a better position than what we was before doing this, and I think the side hustle is such a good sort of way for people to do it.
Thank you for talking to us, Kirsty. It was so interesting to hear that, wasn't it? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks.
Kings of Leon used to be somebody.
You're listening to BBC Radio Nottingham with me, Mark Hoyle, LadBaby,
and Rox.
Now we've had a message in, which I think we need to get straight on it, Rox. Oh. This is a big question.
It's a huge question, actually.
Well, they've started the message by saying, "Hey, Mark and Rox, yes, mate, thank you very much. Top DJing, loving the show, thank you." Now the question they've sent in is about drinking cups of tea.
Oh,
now, I am a tea drinker. Now, the first question they say is a cup of tea one tea bag or two?
One, for sure. Depends what tea bag, though, doesn't it?
I think it depends on the size of your mug.
Ooh.
I think the size of mug is definitely...
This is a minefield, this question. Go on.
And then, is it milk before or after it's brewed?
After. Never before. You have to brew it, because doesn't the milk slow it down? It's the heat, it doesn't release. I'm going scientific on you there with the tea there, Mark. I mean, yeah, isn't it the hot water that it releases
that brews the
tea. You've got to do a 2-minute wait, and then you add the milk, right?
Oh, 2 minutes. Is that the?
I mean,
is that the optimum
I think
time?
That's the optimum scientific time. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to my tea.
That was Mel in Hemel Hempstead. Thank you, Mel. I don't know. Maybe let us know. Let us know if you think we're wrong.
Are we totally rogue? I have no clue.
I've got no idea.
That's how I've always done it.
We've had a few other messages. We've got Deb Harvey, big LadBaby fan, enjoying you both on the radio.
Oh, thanks,
That's
Deb.
the closest I've had to saying they enjoy me. Normally it's all just Rox love. LadBaby is my favourite. Thank you very much. That's Rich in Bramcote. Thank you very much, Rich. You're my favourite. Loving the show and the tunes. Absolute belters.
Belters.
LadBaby
I bought
Turbo.
it back. Hashtag
yes,
belters.
mate. Thank you for the continued smiles and laughter. Thank you very much. Amazing.
That was M People, One Night in Heaven. Love that song. My mum used to play that all the time. Great song.
There you go. We've had a few responses to the tea bag question.
Debacle. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
We've had a message from Sam in London who's said she goes milk first.
She said it's a southern thing, but I'm from the south, so that's
I don't
not
think
a thing,
this is
Sam.
a north and south divide, is it?
I reckon it could be, I think it could get out of hand.
Sam, if you're still listening, you're wrong.
There's no wrong and right.
I mean,
Mark.
there's no wrong or right. Teabag in milk last. Of course, that's from Melin Hemel Hempstead. Hi guys, 2 minutes. If you're leaving a Yorkshire bag in that long, you'll need a chisel, says Chris's kettle. Amazing. Well, there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that time.
it is that time.
Guess what time it is?
Guess what time it is?
It's kazoo time.
It's kazoo
I'm making it a
time.
feature. Why not? Why not? They've told me that I can, so I'm going to.
Right, it's the Daily Kazoo Challenge with Roxanne.
And today's song is, well, you've got to actually...
Don't tell them the song.
Tell them the number after, okay, so they can text
Well,
in.
shall I tell them the number
Tell
first?
them the number now.
Right.
Write it down.
Right, the number is, to get in touch, 0800 67 83434, or text in to 81333 starting with the word knots.
And see if you can guess this song. Oh, there. I went there. I full danced to that one as well. See if you can text in and tell me what that was.
Tell me
Or
what
ring.
it was,
It's up to you.
please. Somebody tell me what that was. Let's play a song while they're all thinking about it.
It's
And
Pompeii by
recovering.
Bastille. Rich, can I ask you, please? It's a very, very important question.
Go ahead.
As you make your tea, do you put your bag in, your water and your milk? And which order, Rich? This is important.
Okay, my order is bag in,
Right.
boiling water, stir it, take the bag out, put the milk in.
professional.
Yeah.
Professional.
That's
That's how
right.
it's done.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But we've had some tragic news just in, Rox.
Oh.
Rox, how does your mum make the tea?
My mum just texted in saying that she puts the milk in first.
Yeah.
My whole childhood has changed. I mean, I thought I did it. Wait, I can't believe it.
Do you know,
She's done it.
my
the different-
girlfriend does the same thing.
Yeah.
2 years I've been like, what are you doing? What are you playing at? Well, honestly,
Can you imagine your mum doing that?
I think my dad does it. I think my dad's milk first.
Really?
It's a bit weird, that.
Oh, right. Well, people have... Okay, I've got to get over the shock of my mum. I think the kazoo challenge is going well right here now. People are guessing, and they're getting it right.
Yep, Emma in North Wales, you have it right. Joe in Kent, you have it right. Rox, you rock. Laura also has it right.
Oh, thanks.
Dave in Mansfield has it right. There's so many Rocks. You seem to have smashed it
Well, this
today.
is the thing when you're
Michelle
a professional
Allen.
at kazoos, Mark.
Right. Do you want to give us a little blast of it again?
I'll give you a blast. Did you see what I did there? I was moving around.
I mean, I saw it. No one else did. Rox, what was the song?
The song was
Of course.
Rihanna, Umbrella. What a tune.
So, if you thought you'd heard the last of Brexit, think again. Nottingham comedian Matt Ford is heading back home in May to put on a show in a Spiegel tent in the Market Square. It's called Brexit Pursued by a Bear.
What a name.
What a name. The show started at Edinburgh Festival last year, and we've got Matt on the line. Hello, mate.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you? Thanks for coming on.
I'm very, very good. Oh, pleasure.
So, the first question has to be, how relevant is it now that we've got a Brexit show when we've
That's a
left
very
Europe?
good question.
When we've left Europe, come on, it's all over now, isn't it?
Well, it's not, is it? That's the thing. We haven't even, I mean, I hate to tell people this, we haven't even really started leaving yet. Like,
know.
we're
Yeah.
still negotiating our future relationship, so it's all still in the air. We still don't know what queue we're going to be in at the airport. We don't know how much we're going to pay for stuff, medicine, fruits. But I should stress at the start, it is a comedy show. So people may be sick of Brexit, but hopefully they can still laugh about it.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt. It's Roxanne here. You've got a reputation as being
God.
Britain's leading political comedian. I mean, what a title.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You've got plenty of material given what's going on at the moment, I think, haven't you?
Oh, well, I mean, this is the thing. Whatever side people are on, it's all gone insane. So whether you're Leave, Remain, Tory, Labour, whatever, I'd take the mick out of everyone because I think they've all gone mad. So,
I mean, I totally agree with you. You can't go online without something. But I don't know why the fascination with politics if you're going to be a comedian. Surely there's easier things.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But you've taken sausage rolls, and that was the only other thing I cared about. So you guys sort of bagged that. But I don't know. I was always obsessed with it. I always found it fascinating, and I just think, particularly at the moment, people are quite keen to understand what the hell's going on, and comedy sometimes can help.
Yeah,
and it's just they're great people to take the mick out of. There's no one better to take the mick out of than politicians.
They kind of set it up for themselves, really, don't they? You're just kind of doing a great thing and making it a bit more entertaining for us all.
Exactly. I don't really have to write a great deal. I just repeat what they say, and that often will fill hours and hours of comedy.
So, I hear you wasn't the biggest Jeremy Corbyn fan, but with the prospect of a new leader, is that exciting for at least new material?
Oh yeah, I mean it'll be. I mean, as someone who used to work for Labour, it would be nice to have a Labour leader that's electable again. It's been quite a long time, so just on that basis.
Who's your money on then, Matt? Who's your money on?
I think Keir Starmer's probably the favourite, but I don't know. I mean,
I've got
Irene
no
has
idea.
been massively impressive. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think I'm just very grateful because I think whoever wins. Boris Johnson's probably got another 10 years and I can impersonate him, so, I've got rent to pay. I've got to think
How
of the rent,
good?
man.
You can't say that and then not give us a little taster of it.
Wait, no. I want to pay tribute, by the way, to the great work that LadBaby. No. You're going to get sausage rolls done. We've got an oven-ready deal. You pop those sausage rolls in the oven, microwave, get them done. It is a great honour to share this.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
That is incredible.
I'm on the phone to Boris here, and
I need to get this in one of our videos. I need to ring you and pretend I'm on the phone to Boris.
Yes, incredible. Mate, I'd love to.
Oh, amazing. Well,
we need to come to your show.
Yeah, we do need to come to your show.
I'd love to.
Well, you know what? Because obviously I'm from Nottingham, so I'm very excited about it. I've already started making a pre-match playlist.
Right.
Basically of Nottingham music. So Jake Bugg, we've got the whole world in our hands.
Yeah.
The theme tune from Boom, do you remember that?
Probably if I heard it.
Silver.
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I'm there.
The Lone Ranger. That one, so I've got that. And both your sausage roll songs.
Oh, mate, perfect. Well,
so it's going to be a Nottingham knees up, baby.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm down.
Talking of knees up, are we having a knees up about Forest? I hear you're a fan. I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one, right? Is this a season?
It feels very close. But all I do think is we've had a few seasons with Paul Hart, with Billy Davis, where it did feel close and then it didn't happen. So I feel very confident.
Yeah. You're like me, though. You just
amazing.
can't. You can't.
It's been so long. 21 years.
I know.
This is all I ever hear.
It's been so much. I know, but it's real. The pain is real.
I know. I see it every week. I see it on Mark's face, and now I can hear it in your voice.
We just can't get excited.
Lolly is superb. Lolly's amazing. Cash is amazing. Grabban's the best striker we've had for ages. The goalkeeper's incredible.
Yeah.
So we've got a fantastic side. The manager's great. I think the owners are doing a great job. So it all feels like it's going in the right direction. We just need to see it happen. It's just been too long. Mate,
you're like me. It's all there. We've got everything that's ready, but we just can't get too excited yet.
Oh no, it's only for my own mental health that I don't want to get excited because I start to believe.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for coming on. It's great to hear about your show.
Cheers, and well done on everything.
Thank you. It's called Brexit Pursued by a Bear. It's going to be in Nottingham on the 13th of May. Thank you very much.
I'll see you down there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Again, thank you so much to Matt. Do go and check it out. Brexit Pursued by a Bear at Nottingham in a Spiegel tent in Old Market Square on the 13th of May. He was amazing. I loved his Boris.
He sounds so like him. It's brilliant. I love him.
We've had a few more messages. We've had a few more coming in about T-Chat. T-Chat's dividing Nottingham.
It's dividing the UK, it seems.
Tea is drunk in India and China traditionally without milk. It's only Europeans who add milk and make tea, which makes sense
to add the milk last. Oh, a scientific answer, not just something you were kind of bought into.
Pete, that
makes
Pete.
sense. Pete,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Mark and Rox, great show. Keep it up from Rob the Farmer.
Oh,
Rob the Farmer. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much.
The farm's doing well today, Rob.
Shout out to Turbo fan Leanne Haywood and her son Miles. Is that Miles?
Yeah.
Miles. Thank you very, very much.
Someone's saying here about a double dip on a tea bag and squeeze and then the milk. I mean, there seems to be some sort of process here. It's all very controversial in tea bants.
Chris's kettle says co-op 99p tea bag. Leave for 1 minute.
Double dip.
Yeah,
Squeeze.
And then the squeeze and milk.
Wow.
Double dip. I don't really count the dippage.
Sort of dip, stir, squeeze. I mean, it's a dip, skirt. Oh, I think we need to come off this. It's getting too elaborate.
Well, we've also had. I'm so glad Rox is back with you today. You definitely need. A regular spot on the radio. Never really listened to the radio much before. Oh, sorry,
Awkward.
Radio Nottingham.
Awkward.
But anyway, they're here today.
But
I definitely would if you guys were on all the time. Top job, guys. That's Anne Raff in Belfast.
Thank you for all the positive and love and shout outs and things that are coming in. It's been a lovely morning, actually, hasn't it? Listening to good tunes.
It's amazing. And we've still got the quiz to come.
Oh,
we've still got the quiz.
It's the big quiz, but now we've got Prince with Kiss.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham with Mark Hoyle, LadBaby, and
Rox, and that was Madness, Baggy Trousers.
Certainly
What a tune that was. We've got more bants coming in. We've got messages and texts and everything coming in about the tea.
We've had so much tea chat. We've got the only way to make a proper cup of tea is with a teapot.
Right.
First you warm up the teapot, then you put the bags in. I mean, this is who
has time to put, with a teapot? I've got 2 kids running around to get
boiling water in, let it brew.
No, I've got to just put it in and stir and pray
warm
for the
your cup or your mug. They're saying warm your cup as well. Wow. This is a full process.
That's a luxury. That sounds like a posh tea.
Put your milk in, pour the tea.
Someone's
that's a full one.
About scones.
Oh,
is it scone, scones? Do you say scone? I say scone.
I say scone.
Yeah.
Scone. Well, they've brought another debate.
Yeah, a big question, which we could sort of,
It's now the other one, cream or jam on the scone first. I mean, you have it in half and you put half on one and half on the other and then...
No?
Slap it together, right?
Wow. I can't believe I'm married to you. What?
No?
No. Do you know what? I'm going there. I don't even have cream. I have butter and jam.
What?
Yeah. Cockney. Butter and jam. So, in effect, it's cream first, I think.
Who invited her? There's an amazing message here. Morning, Mark and Rox. Just wanted to let you know we have you on in the back of our ambulance on the way into the QMC. That's from Stu. I mean... Stu, are you in the back of the ambulance, as in you're on the way to hospital, or are you driving the ambulance?
Sending love to you if you're in the back, and if you're just, the paramedics dancing in the back... Hello. Good for you, and thanks for doing an amazing job.
Thank you very, very much. What have we got? I have lived in Mansfield over 30 years, but still have my Hertfordshire accent. Well, now we've got another one on the Cobb roll or BAP related question.
It's always rolls.
Well, she's saying, this is Lisa, she's saying rolls, not BAPs. Love the show. Hope you get a permanent show. Keep it up.
Thank you, Lisa. That's lovely.
Radio Nottingham, are you listening? There's people saying I need the permanent show.
Oh, stop. Let him stop him. We've got the big quiz coming up, haven't we? We've got a big old quiz coming. It's going to be the battle of the family. I can't wait. I'm excited.
This is it, yeah.
Nick is back.
Nick is back, my brother-in-law. Can he take on a new contestant today and keep reigning champ?
He doesn't know who's coming on with him, but I'm going to surprise him.
He's got a big surprise. It's that time. It's time for the Time Out quiz. We have reigning champ from yesterday, Nick, my brother-in-law, on the line. Are you there, Nick?
Hello, mate. You all right?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Are you feeling confident today?
Well, I set my standards quite high yesterday, so let's see how it goes today.
Come on, Nick. I believe in you.
We need a bit more confidence than that.
I think she's back, so hopefully...
Oi, you. Oi.
Right, Nick, are you ready?
Right, let's go for it. Let's do it.
Right, 3, 2, 1, let's do this.
Time out.
Name the hit and who's singing it.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling?
Britney Spears, Womanizer.
Which of these is not a type of bird? Toucan, guinea pig, or owl?
Guinea pig.
What animal is making this noise?
Oh my god. Cow.
Spell snail backwards.
What's that? Spell what?
Snail.
Snail. Oh, S. Oh, no. Oh, L.
Which film is this from?
Question, tell me what you think about me. I got my own
Sorry,
dummies and
Jake.
I buy my own rings.
Name something you can clean.
Toilet.
Name the show from this theme tune.
Oh. Yellow Family.
Which word comes before sign, struck, and gazer?
Don't know.
What is the capital of Greece?
Athens.
What country would you associate with the Bundesliga?
Germany.
Name one of the breeds of dogs that make up a puggle.
Don't really like dogs.
Who succeeded Timothy Dalton as James Bond?
So, what's that?
Who succeeded Timothy Dalton as James Bond?
Oh. Sean Connery.
There we go.
Oh,
Nick, how do you think you did?
7.
I'm upset you don't like dogs. Well, you got 6.5.
6.5. What's a half for?
I don't know, but
Britney's toxic. You said womanizer. Oh.
But you got half a point. So you got
all about
6.5.
rules.
Well done, Nick. We're going to play a track and then we're going to see who you're up against.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Let's take that back for good.
You're listening to BBC Radio Nottingham, and it is time for the second half of the Time Out quiz. In the first half, we had Nick, reigning champ. He scored 6.5. Are you still there, Nick?
Yes, I am. I'm still here.
Right. You today, my friend, are going up against somebody you might know quite well.
Oh, Nick.
You're up against your good wife, Katie. Hello, Katie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Here she is. My stepsister. Kate, you're going to take him down, babe. This is
I'm
it.
going to try. I'll do my best.
Katie,
Nick didn't know about this.
Lucky doesn't know nothing about football, so that's good, isn't it?
Katie, I have faith
You
in
don't know
you.
nothing about cooking.
Or dogs. Right. Katie, are you ready?
Yep, go on.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Time out.
Name the hit and who's singing it.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that,
Oh, Shakira, hit my eye.
Which of these is not a type of fish? Haddock, sardine, puma fish.
Puma fish.
Which animal is making this noise?
A cockerel.
Spell spark backwards.
K-R-A-P-S.
Which film is this from?
No idea.
Name something that gets dirty.
Shoes.
Name the show from this theme tune.
Oh, is it Sesame Street?
Which word comes before adder, pool, and board?
Snake.
What
Is that right? I've no idea.
What is the capital of Egypt?
Cairo.
What country would you associate with La Liga?
Spain. Is that a football question? Spain.
Name one of the breeds of dogs that make up a golden doodle.
Golden Retriever.
Who succeeded Pierce Brosnan as James Bond?
Oh, no idea. Don't know.
Right, here we go.
You did so well. Doing it for the girls.
With the telling
How has she done?
Nick, what do you reckon? Do you
Nick.
think you've done enough?
Done me. She got the football one right.
I reckon I got a football question right as well.
Katie, you smashed the football question.
Yes.
Katie, you got 9.
She's done it.
Yesterday as well.
Well done, Kate.
Nick, how does it feel to be beaten by your wife?
Don't feel too good now.
Well done, Kate.
Mark, take to the pub tonight.
Thank you for both coming on. It's been amazing.
Katie, you've
Thanks for having us.
got to come back and defend your crown, I think, tomorrow now.
I know. I've got work tomorrow. I'm going to have to tell them.
We'll work it out. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers.
You'll always be my number one.
You're listening to BBC Radio Nottingham with me, Mark Hoyle, LadBaby.
And Rox.
We have just played the timeout quiz
With
my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Rox's sister, and one of the funniest moments ever, I don't know how I really controlled myself, was Nick saying that he thought this sound was a cow.
Nick! If anyone... Come on, surely everyone knows what noise that is.
I mean, I don't know what cows Nick's been listening to, but...
Do you know what? I'm so proud of her because she got that football question. He's never gonna live that one down.
I'm gonna make sure.
She will use that for life now, so that was just worth it for that.
Oh.
I've got to get a contender tomorrow though to go up against Kate. She's won now, hasn't she? So
she has indeed. Well, we've still got plenty of messages coming in, lots of love. We've got, hi Mark and Rox, I work for the ambulance service and also drive one. If you want to bring the boys down to have a look around an ambulance sometime, let me know.
Yeah, we should bring
totally
and do LadBaby and Sons. You should do the YouTube little video in there. I don't know if you can do things like that, but that'd be amazing. They love ambulances and police cars and things like that, don't they? Kids love them.
Loving the show,
Thank
guys.
you.
Don't normally listen to the radio. Sorry, but I've been here all week. Hey, you've both, need a permanent show. I'm going to keep reading them out.
Donna.
Radio Nottingham. There've been loads of tunes. That's Donna Mills. Thank you very,
Someone
very much.
has said, Rox, I have butter and jam on my scone. If you don't know, if you have just switched on, basically someone said scone or scone, butter or jam first. Or cream. I mean...
There's too many questions. There's too much going on now.
There is, but a lot of people do the cream and then the jam. Is what it seems to be here. Coming up in front of me. Michelle Allen, that is, who said that.
We still have to come our interview with David Baddiel.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to him about trolling on the internet. And I think he basically gets trolled quite a lot, doesn't he? But he turns it into his comedy. So seems like we're going to be chatting with him. It could be a really great way to deal with trolling.
Well, I think there's a more important issue we need to look at here. Who's had the better #1 single?
Oh my goodness.
Is it LadBaby?
Are you serious?
Or is it David Baddiel? I want to hear from people.
His is 3 lines on a shirt, isn't it? That is a classic, Mark. That's a UK classic.
It's not a Christmas #1 though, is it? So
yeah, but it's a football charm.
If you would like to message in to let me know that mine is better, or his if you want, 0800 678 3434, or text in saying LadBaby's great to 81333, starting with the word knots. So, yeah, I mean, it's what, do you not think it's us?
What? The song? I mean, I love 3 lines. 3 lines is the one, isn't it? Every year you're like, the football's on 3 lines.
Maybe we should do a football song.
Okay, let's not go there.
Maybe like the Euro, maybe we should do a little football song.
Last time you said let's do a song, we've ended up with 2 Christmas #1s. Now,
Exactly.
I'm not saying that's not successful, but you've sung it about
Let's play Baddiel at his own game. Let's get in there with the football
Mark,
song.
we're not doing a football song.
We could get some of the Forest fans involved.
Please.
Maybe some of the team.
Please, once you get something in your head, this don't stop. When is the football even on? It's not even World Cup this year, is it?
It's Euro, isn't it, this year? Is it Euro this year?
No.
Yeah.
Have you just gone there?
This is it. We could,
This is not it.
Yeah.
You're not a singer.
I am a singer.
No.
What do you mean?
You're not a real one, babe. What? Oh, right. This is the news with Rebecca Dixon.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham with me, Mark Hoyle, LadBaby, and
Rox. Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much to everyone that's getting in touch saying that my song is better than David Baddiel's. There's totally none. No one said that. But
He's making it up. This is what I've said, Mark.
We've had 5,000 messages saying that my song is better than David Baddiel's.
There's no proof on that. I can confirm there are no messages.
But we are going to hear from David Baddiel about his show that is coming to Nottingham this Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, it's all about, it's about trolling, isn't it? And how he turns trolling into comedy. I'm really interested to talk to him, actually, because being online and social media, everyone gets trolled at one point in your social media life. So I'm hoping he's got some coping mechanisms and some things to, make people laugh about trolls rather than feeling sad about themselves.
Yeah, and I believe his tickets are still available. I think Nottingham's the only place he's doing 2 days.
Oh, yeah, it's a matinee. I think. Yeah, there's a matinee that's still tickets.
Yeah, definitely go and check him out. What else have we had on the messages? We've had scone. I only like butter on my scone. That's Deb. Only likes butter. No jam at all.
No jam.
Madman.
That's all right.
What is
some
that?
people just not got a sweet tooth.
Scone as in phone.
Scone. Or is it scone?
Scone. No, scone. Scone as in phone. Jam first, then cream always. That's Laura and Debs. Thank you very much. Mark and Rox, you're smashing it. Epic kazoo playing, Rox.
Thank you.
From Kaylee and Bath.
I'm going to bring the kazoo back. I'm bringing kazoo back. Yeah.
I think you're the only one in the world bringing it back.
I know.
Is there a famous kazoo, Rox? Can you name one?
Me. That's it.
Right. Brilliant. You're a famous kazooer, are you?
Yeah, I'm giving myself that title.
Okay. Mark and Rox, here is a definite answer to your tea problem. Tea should be made with boiling water. If you pour it on cold milk, it's not right. If you make tea in a pot, who puts milk in the pot first? John from Mansfield.
John, he's outraged. Probably it sounds like there. He's trying to tell us how to do it properly.
I'm just confused.
We've had a message about Crufts as well.
Have we?
We did Crufts last year. We went to Crufts, didn't we?
We did.
That was such a fabulous day. Crufts is hilarious.
Are you going to Crufts next? Is it next Thursday?
Who doesn't love being in a room full of dogs? I love dogs to bits, and it's amazing. Crufts. If you can go, you should go. I want to go again.
It's saying it's next Thursday.
Is it?
If you fancy going to the show again, come down.
Trish.
From Trish.
What dog she's got? Is she showing off her dogs?
I want to walk a dog. Can I walk a dog round? Can I let it do the little course?
I don't think you can just take someone's dog, Mark.
How do they train them? Isn't it just whistling?
You should do the commentating on dogs.
I'll commentate. And here it comes.
Or maybe you could just interview the dogs, because they wouldn't sort of talk back. So that would be really funny, because you'd just be sat there interviewing a dog.
Great.
That would
Thank you so much. Fantastic.
Big yellow taxi coming up. Joni Mitchell.
This is BBC Radio Nottingham, and we have been joined in the studio by the man, the legend, Alan Clifford. How are you doing? What's to come today?
I want to talk about hair today. Maybe gone tomorrow. The idea of losing your hair is familiar to many men, and somebody in the office said today to me, apparently if you start losing your hair at 20, that's normal for a bloke.
Really?
At 20?
20? I suppose it depends on the pressures you're facing in life, doesn't it?
Stress, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was normal at 20.
I wouldn't have thought so. For some it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk to a trichologist after 12 o'clock. Trichologist.
Is that a hair specialist?
I think so. I'm hoping so. Otherwise it could all go badly wrong, couldn't it? He might be an expert in scoring points in rugby for all I know.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to listen to.
But the other thing about hair that I think is fascinating is the loss of hair when you're not expecting to, and how much hair you can lose without actually appearing to lose any hair. I don't know about you asking you this, Roxy, but do you ever have to sort of pull it out of your plug hole?
Well, when you have children, your hair it doesn't fall out. And then after having a baby, like a month or two after, your hair starts to come out, all the hair that it kept as you were pregnant. No. So when you actually give birth and you have a baby, your hair starts to come out. So it can be in clumps, and it's very troubling. Because you're like, if you don't know that, it can be quite like, my hair's falling out. But it's actually perfectly normal. in pregnancy.
That's a really interesting observation, and it's an area where I'll ask more after midday about the reasons why that happens and if there's anything that can or needs to be done about it.
Hair transplants? Are you talking about that?
What did I see? Something on the television about somebody having a hair transplant, and they draw lines on and stick needles in your head and all sorts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Rooney's had it done, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I think Rooney had it done, and Jack P. Shepherd, the guy off of Coronation Street, I think he's recently had it done.
Yeah, there's lots of ways now, isn't there?
I mean, it is a storyline in my favourite radio drama series, The Archers. There's a young lad called Johnny who's very concerned about the loss of hair. He's only in his 20s, and he's considering a hair transplant. Because it's obviously important to people. And I need to ask you about your hair, Mark, because you're not balding by any means, but you keep it very trim, don't you?
I'd go bald. You know what? It doesn't bother me. I always feel bad because I don't do anything with it. And there is people that would want hair, and I just try and keep it as short as possible. If I went bald, it'd save me money.
How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't mind. Do you know what? I don't actually judge anyone on their hair, if I'm honest. If I lost my hair, I'd put a wig on and I'd just go and, boss it. But I think there are people who, do worry about it. But I don't ever think of that with Mark, really. He's always had short hair, so if he went bald, it wouldn't really make much.
It'd make my life so much easier.
Yeah, he'd stop moaning, maybe.
Well, I'll bring the clippers in tomorrow. Around about this time, we can see how bald we can make him.
Let's do it.
That was Lionel Richie, All Night Long.
So, our next guest is David Baddiel. He's in town this weekend doing a couple of shows at the Nottingham Playhouse on Sunday. And it was interesting to me and Rox, obviously because he's talking about internet trolls and how he deals with them and how he uses them in his show. So I actually caught up with him yesterday, and I thought it'd be smart, to suggest we had a bit in common with our number ones.
Oh, but what happened, Mark?
Well, we can all remember his hit, 3 Lines with Frank Skinner and the Lightning Seeds. The only trouble was he had never heard of ours. Well, I don't want to show off, but I've actually had 2. Both our songs are about sausage rolls.
Sausage rolls, right?
Yeah,
you trying to make me guess what they are?
No, we had the Christmas number 1, Christmas Just Gone, and the Christmas Before. The first song was We Built This City on Sausage Rolls, and this Christmas was I Love Sausage Rolls.
They're novelty songs for charity, so yeah.
And they went to number 1?
They both went to number 1 at Christmas.
Oh, how brilliant. Well, congratulations.
And congratulations to you
I like
too.
Sausage rolls too. I don't know if you know, but I actually post photos quite not every morning, but many mornings I post photos of my full English breakfast because that's what I eat when I'm on tour. Not good for me, but nonetheless I tend to do that. And so I'm a big sausage fan and sausage roll fan, so I'm well behind what you're doing.
Brilliant.
There we go. I might have a celebrity follower now. I want you to follow me because all I do is talk about sausage rolls.
You don't have to, David. You don't have to. Ignore him.
Do you talk about sausages as well as sausage rolls?
I talk about all meat-related goods.
I apologise.
I'm a fan of non-meat related goods as well. I'm quite a big fan of the other places that are available, but of the Greggs non-meat sausage roll. I'm quite a big fan of that. Is that all right for you?
I take sausage rolls in all forms. I don't discriminate. It's an equal world.
Exactly, it is. It's an equal opportunity sausage roll world. You could use that if you want for your next song.
I'll get you in. You can sing. We can join. This is what I need. The next collab.
Yeah, for sausage rolls.
Right.
Anyway.
I've got questions here. I need to ask you. We're going on about sausage rolls. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I take it you've had a fair bit of trolling in the past. Is that what's led to this tour?
Yeah, really, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I joined Twitter quite early on, and I noticed that it changed quite quickly from being quite a nice place to being a place which was mainly full of people shouting. And when that happened, unlike quite a lot of people, I didn't get particularly upset about it because I'd had many years in comedy clubs of people heckling me, and my process then was not to get upset about it, but to try and make it funny. And also, to be honest with you, I'd also had many years of journalists slagging me off in the newspapers. And so my skin had been built up quite thickly by the time, unnamed voices on the internet started doing it. And I always thought, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and make it funny. And when I did that, I noticed that people who followed me quite liked it and would run often. I'd say something funny in return to something a heckler had said or a troll had said, and next thing I knew, there was a huge, people were putting up pictures and joining in and making it funnier, and it felt very joyful at some level. And I now that's really the sort of manifesto of the show, which is through comedy, I think we can take out some of the toxicity and some of the awfulness of social media and make it funny. And that's really what the show is about.
Mate, it sounds amazing. I've got to say though, like I've never really confronted them. I normally ignore my trolls online. Do you just basically confront them to get amazing content?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, because Don't Feed the Trolls is, of course, one of the main mantras of the internet, possibly one of the only laws that the internet has ever had, and I'm perfectly fine with it for most people. I should make it clear, me deciding to make fun of the trolls and put them down like they're hecklers is not for everyone, and to some extent it might only be for professional comedians as a way of dealing with them. But I don't deal with all of them, because apart from there's quite a lot of them out there. But if I can think of something funny to say to a troll, something happens, I notice, to me, psychologically, which is if they say something hurtful, the minute I think of something funny to say back, it doesn't feel hurtful anymore. It feels like a feed line, right? And that sort of dissolves the abuse and makes me feel like brilliant, right, about it. And so that is my process. Yeah, that is my process. I mean, as I say, I don't always deal with them. Sometimes I leave it. And in the show, I show lots of funny examples. I also, by the way, I should say trolls for me are not just people who slag me off. I also include under the category of trolls people who simply don't get jokes, of which there are an awful lot on the internet. I also include people who very high-mindedly tell me off like they're my headmaster. It's really not just people shouting at me from the void. I include a lot of people, and sometimes I include myself in the show, in the category of trolls. I also talk about famous trolls. I think we know who we're talking about there.
Say no more.
Say no more. And, it's really about how we live now. By the way, the other thing it's also about is, because I've been on Twitter since 2009, I never could write a diary when I was young. I didn't have the willpower, but actually my Twitter feed's like a diary of the last 11 years of my life. And so I'm able to talk about Brexit and Trump and anti-Semitism and also growing old and my kids by reference to things that I've said on social media, and then look at the mad reactions that I've got to these things. So it's about trolls, but it's also about my life and the country's life in the last 11 years.
It's really refreshing to hear someone come from it in that angle, because normally it's kind of ignore them or, pick yourself up and carry on. But actually, it's really nice to hear someone who's doing something with it and making it funny for everyone else, because it's nothing better than being able to laugh at yourself, really.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. And you know what? The other thing is someone says to me, oh, yeah, but, if you respond to them, aren't you, just making more anger? And I say, no, look at how I respond to them. I never get angry. I think of something funny, and then people often join in with that. And next thing you know, it's sort of not about the troll anymore. It's about how can we make this funny. Yeah. It disarms them. It's about disarming people, not making it angrier.
I love that.
Totally. I've seen some of your tweets and both Ricky Gervais. You both do it so very well on Twitter. It really is amazing. But I need to know, have you ever been threatened from it? Has anyone taken it too far?
What, physically, do you mean?
Well, yeah, maybe. Or ever like, I'm coming down to your show, I'm going to punch you because of what you said to me.
Jeez.
Not in Nottingham. So far, no one said they're going to do that in Nottingham. No, actually. I mean, there's been a few people who've got very angry and shouted and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, one of the things that we know about social media is that people will be much angrier on it in a way than they are in real life. I mean, this is something I talk about in the show, is that people are obviously found this way of being angry, which doesn't really correspond to real life. Although, having said that, I do also say in the show, I sometimes worry that it's starting to creep out from behind the computer screen and people in real life are getting angrier. So, question time and politics and all that is so much more shouty than it used to be, and I think that is due to social media. But so far, no. I don't really want to.
I'm very pleased. I won't send security down to your show. I think.
The show is very joyful. I should say this. I mean, it takes some very dark bits. There's some very dark and very I do go into some very cesspity parts of my Twitter feed and the internet.
Yeah, but it's funny.
But it's funny, and also it actually is a very uplifting show. I've noticed this. I didn't really think about that when I put it together. But at the end of it, people come up to me and say, "Oh, it makes me hopeful for the that we aren't going down a terrible path." Because what I'm going to call in this interview the silent majority. I don't mean what Margaret Thatcher meant by that. I mean most people are actually really nice. They're just not as loud as the trolls, and the trolls get a lot of attention, but they're the smaller amount of people on the internet. And when you harness the nice people, the people who are just watching and whatever, you realise most people aren't like this, and I think that is a hopeful thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, we do videos on Facebook and YouTube that go out to a few million people, and it's amazing how you will get thousands of such positive, amazing comments, and then it's that one comment that's maybe a little bit not amazing that gathers so much attention. And you have to sort of remember that's not important. You should remember all those thousands that are saying amazing things.
Out of 900, one doesn't count, is what you should take from that.
Yeah, that's true. And also, you know, your own brain is a problem there because power goes to the negative person in the room, and we're all able to undermine our own self-esteem by thinking I only care about the negative comment. But actually, it's true. You know, I mean, I did this documentary about Holocaust denial that went out on the BBC last Monday, and the comments to that have just been so amazingly positive throughout. And obviously, I've got one or two horrible people as well, but... You know, the proportion of niceness to horribleness is amazing, and it does give me hope for the future. By the way, I'm going to plug the fact that, as far as I'm aware, the matinee I put in an extra date at Nottingham. I love Nottingham because my Nottingham date sold out before any other date at Nottingham Playhouse next Sunday. But they put in a new date, which was a matinee. I'm not doing a matinee anywhere else on this tour. Partly because it's quite hard work doing 2 shows a day. And so that's the show I believe that there are still tickets for, is the matinee show.
Brilliant. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on and tell us about it. I'm going to try and get one of those tickets to come down and see you at Nottingham Playhouse this Sunday.
Please do. I'm looking forward to it. I do. I've always had brilliant gigs at Nottingham, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, there you go. As David said, he hadn't heard of my song, but there are still tickets left for his matinee show. If you fancy it, it's this Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Nottingham Playhouse. So, that's it, Rox.
Has it gone? Well, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It certainly does. We're going to be back.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Back again tomorrow.
Kazoo challenge. I've got another kazoo challenge coming up for you guys, and I'm so excited.
Dancing shoes are coming on. We're going to be doing some river dancing.
Dance.
And also, apparently it's National Chili Day, so we're going to be eating something hot and spicy. I seriously hope it's going to be covered in pastry. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, dear.
See you tomorrow. Here's Alan.